My brother asked if he could put Windows 10 since it's going out of support on an external drive. I gave him the quick answer, no.
Well, that's one thing we're doing at work is upgrading. And a surprising amount of workstations we own don't have TPM 2.0.
What is TPM 2.0?
A little piece of hardware that makes it so that you can run Windows 11.
Tiny little module.
But
Trusted
you can get
platform
around that
module.
by using ventoing.
Oh, did I tell you the reason I love Windows 11?
I have a feeling this is going to be sarcastic.
No, exactly for the reason that Minix said. There's so many lovely machines that Windows 11 officially makes obsolete that Linux will fly on.
You could probably pick up some cheap hardware.
Yep. Is 10 hitting end of life?
Oh yeah,
Well,
October.
Well, my brother was saying that, and that's why I said that he could not run Windows 10 on an external drive because let's put it that I don't believe he could run it on an external drive with any degree of reliability, and I'm pretty sure that Windows 11 is going to be looking for people who are trying to keep their obsolete systems running and may have some nasty things to say about that.
So our plan, some of the applications we have are legacy applications, and or my plan anyway, is to run at least some of them in a hypervisor on Windows 11. We have too many workstations that are just older, and buying all new workstations just for those applications is going to cost a lot of money.
So what are people's logic for using Windows?
In a corporate environment, because they
It
don't
comes
know
on
any
everything.
better,
What's
Corporate
that?
requirements.
It has support.
and they lock you in.
What is the support?
It started all the way back with the IBM personal computer and Bill Gates getting DOS put on computers. His parents were lobbyists. So fact checking, I don't know. It's been years since I've read any of this. This goes back to the early days of Linux. But his parents were lobbyists and pushed government offices to buy the IBM PCs that had DOS on them. And then once companies had to use the same software as the government was using because Microsoft was making software not work with other computers, the whole monopoly concerns over and over again, where they intentionally cause stuff not to work. And then everybody had an IBM computer at their home because they wanted it to work so they could take work home and work on it. And then that just cascaded. And then every attempt for Mac and Linux to start taking over the markets, like in Germany when the government switched to SUSE before OpenSUSE, and the Brazilian government and different places in the world, they've come back. Microsoft has come back and offer them deals that are too good to be true to get off of open source software.
So, but I think my biggest question is these. So Microsoft offers support, but what is the support that they offer?
But do they?
That's
do they?
What I'm
they
saying.
don't. Every place I've worked, every catastrophic Microsoft issue we've had from the business side at companies I've worked for, Microsoft's answer is upgrade to the next version of Office, to the next version of Windows, That's their answer every time: is you need to upgrade.
Like what? Yeah, what type of support does Microsoft actually offer? So if all of my all the desktops in Danny's office goes down, does that mean that they're going to help put him get him back? Or is that
No,
on him?
Eh,
That's
Not-
on him, isn't it?
No, it's basically the same license agreement you have, where they said we're not liable for anything ever.
So
But there's a contract. The lawyers in corporate office, they want a contract. If it's free software, they're like, yeah, no. That's why Red Hat is used more in places than Debian, Slackware, Arch in the corporate environment.
Because they offer a
Because
contract.
they offer contract. Ubuntu and Red Hat both offer contracts, yeah. Some companies will switch to the free version of those, CentOS and I guess Ubuntu you can do with or without a contract.
it's not. Well, they're not switching to CentOS anymore.
People are still using it.
I've been running Alma on Proxmox for like about 6 months
VMware,
now.
all their ESXi hosts are CentOS.
Are they really?
Still, yeah.
I wonder what version.
6 and 7 in environments I have seen.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm just confused as to why it's still pushed as, oh, they offer support. That's why we have a support contract with them, when they don't actually do any support.
Well, it's the old nobody got fired for buying IBM. The people who pay for those contracts don't realize that they're not going to get anything for their money.
Right. Oh well. Good luck, Danny. And I have no idea. My wife has a laptop that we put Windows 10 on, and it's saying that Windows 10 is hitting end of life. So, but it doesn't have doesn't meet the criteria to make it to Windows 11. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
I guarantee you, it's TPM 2.0 is why.
I'm gonna put Linux on it.
I like to, but there's a couple of things I gotta like. I'm not
And
sure
then-
that the Cricket application works with in Linux. She still has an old iPod that she connects to it, where she has to have she
Okay.
still has the iTunes application, I think, and so that
Then here's what you're gonna do.
take it and put it into VM.
Yes, you're gonna run Proxmox, and the only thing it's gonna have is that Windows VM, and then you're just gonna pass everything through to that VM.
That's not a horrible idea either. But it's still going to balk and say that there's that it's not getting updates or whatever.
Still good
Because VM
updates.
is still going to run like it's live. And at that point, what would be the difference between running it live still and then putting it in a VM?
Well, you could run Windows 11 in a VM, is what I'm saying. You could also put Windows 11 on a Ventoy stick and bypass the TPM requirements.
I'll look into that. So if you're telling me that the Windows, even though the laptop doesn't meet the system requirements for Windows 11, that if you put it on Ventoy and do the installation through Ventoy, it should still install?
Yeah, that's what I had heard. I haven't done it, but that's what I
Okay.
heard.
All right, I'll look into that. That seems off just because of the fact of it should still do a system requirement check, whether it's done through Ventoy or through whatever other media.
Does Ventoy bypass Windows 11 installation restrictions? Yes, by default, the relevant options are blah, 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 blah.
All right.
Post this in the show notes. I don't even have the show notes brought up.
Why not?
I don't
What are
know,
you
because
doing?
I forgot. I missed last show. I'm off my game, man.